Hello learners, welcome to Block 4, Unit 1 of Introduction to Literature. I am Dr. Anupriya Patra, Assistant Professor in English, Sri Narayana Guru Open University. And today we will be dealing with lines 1 to 31 of the general prologue to the Canterbury Tales. So let us look into the details of the writer. Who was Geoffrey Chaucer? Geoffrey Chaucer was in fact a great writer, and he can be called a literary sorcerer conjuring tales. And how was he known as? He was known as the father of English literature and the father of English poetry. So when did Chaucer live? He lived during the Middle English period between 1340 to 1400, and he had the peculiarity of living during the reign of three kings, Edward III, Richard II, and Henry IV. And what did he write to make him famous? His masterpiece is, of course, the Canterbury Tales, the prologue of which we are going to learn now. And he has also written Troilus and Cressida, the Parliament of Fowls, the Book of Duchess, and the House of Fame. And what made him famous? Apart from literary contributions, he has also contributed much to language. We know that he lived during the Middle English period, and Middle English period was a period of transition from Old English to Middle English. And there was no standardized form of English at the time. Chaucer has experimented with many literary techniques, including rhyme royal and iambic pentameter. About his characterization as well as dialogues. He has picked up characters from all walks of life, and the dialogues they render, they belong to whatever classes they belong. He uses a storytelling method in most of his works, and this way of storytelling has influenced many writers, and including Shakespeare and many Renaissance poets. And the last thing about Chaucer is that he was the first poet to be buried in the Poets' Corner of Westminster Abbey. Now, let us move on to the Canterbury Tales. What is the Canterbury Tales? It is a poem by Chaucer. It consists of 24 stories, about 17,000 lines. And there is a general prologue to the Canterbury Tales, which sets the introduction to what is to follow. Now, moving on to lines 1 to 31. Prologue begins with a vivid description of the season of April, marked by sweet showers which rejuvenate the drought of March. Zephyrus, the west wind, it blows life into the tender crops, and the sun, halfway through its course in Aries, signals the arrival of spring. And it is during this season, the month of April, that people wish to go on pilgrimages. And where do they go for pilgrimage? It is to the shrine of St. Thomas Becket of Canterbury. And St. Thomas Becket was the Archbishop of Canterbury, and he was murdered by the men of King Henry II in 1170. He was later in 1172 canonized by Pope Alexander III, and it is to his pilgrimage that these pilgrims go, as he is revered as a saint who cures people of their diseases. And when the prologue begins, the narrator, he is at the Tabardin, and he is preparing for a pilgrimage to Canterbury. A group of 29 pilgrims joined him there. They are from different walks of life, and they assemble at the inn with the shared intention of visiting the shrine of St. Thomas Becket. Although they are from different walks of life, they decide to join forces to commence the journey to Canterbury together. Then there is a description of the inn. There is ample space for all the pilgrims to rest, and there is ample number of stables to accommodate all their horses and cattle. Moving on to the style of the poem, it is written in Middle English, and it reflects the linguistic form of the 12th to the 15th centuries. Then the tone, it is ironic and satiric. Then moving on to the symbolism, April symbolizes the renewal or rebirth of seasons, as well as the spiritual renewal or rebirth of the pilgrims. Then the pilgrims from different walks of life symbolize unity in diversity. In short, we can say that the general prologue lays the foundation for Chaucer's exploration of diverse characters, societal nuances, and the shared journey of the pilgrims to Canterbury, blending historical context with literary artistry. Thank you.